Mizpah High School of Micronesia, 1966 to 1970. Slides Tom Chilton, a former teacher at Mizpah. This is a picture of the residence halls, the dormitories, I guess they called them. Also a picture of the schoolhouse. And a picture of the girls' dormitory with a beautiful monkey pod tree. Most of the buildings or the dormitories were constructed under the supervision of Paul Marshall, the principal of the school. These pictures are pictures of a group of people building a water tank for the Evanses, Steve and Toddy Evans and their family. This is a picture of the pig pens. Pig pens being built. We had pigs, chickens, and I guess that's the only animals we had that we took care of, or that I taught how to take care of. This is a little house that was built for Tom in 1969, 1970. The rest of the students you're going to see here are pictures of as many of the students that I could take that I still had. There's a picture of Julia, she's a teacher, myself, and one of the students. A picture of Bernie. Bernie was a Filipino contractor that worked with Paul Marshall. Unfortunately, Bernie got hurt and couldn't work. This picture of John Gundale and Alan Marshall. Picture of Jim Maloney, one of my best friends at the time. Still is. He's a good friend, but he doesn't keep in touch with me. That's a picture of Jim in Japan, I think. I don't know how I got that in there. And that looks like Jim going into the bay. This is a picture of Julia and William Petrie got married while at Mizpah, I think in 1966. So this is a picture of their wedding pictures, and there they are in front of the administration building. Jim Maloney and Mr. Reynolds. Reynolds was a band teacher. Pretty cool guy. He came from the Marshalls, stopped in, and never left. Stayed there for us. This is when the Carters arrived, Jack and Mary Carter. That's a picture of Mary Carter. I think they came maybe in 1968. I think Bill Petrie had already left. Jack came to teach math, and I'm not sure what Mary taught, probably English. Peace Corps volunteers on a little boat trip. That's Reynolds, but he wasn't Peace Corps, but the other ones were. Okay, there's a picture of Pete Calhoun. Pete worked for the mission. He was hired by the mission. This is a picture of a bunch of kids and just recreational activities. Mr. and Mrs. Fink, he was the principal when I left. I'm pretty sure he was the principal. No, he wasn't. He was I'm a little mixed up when he left. Picture of castration of the pigs. I also taught agriculture there. I taught them how to castrate little pigs. Do it before they get big. It doesn't hurt as much. All my students at the time, one of the things they had to do is they had to do a project. So whether it be planting bananas, planting coconut trees, planting cacao. In this case, Edison taking care of the chickens. We had just different projects for the students that they had to do. And of course I learned just like them. I also taught small engine outboard motor repair. That's what I learned in 4 years, and then of course I went to Palau and taught it in the Micronesian Occupational Center. Picture of some of the students working on I think some of the mechanics. These were the drums we used to fill the generators. We had to make our own electricity. I was in charge of the generators, which was a pain in the neck. There's my really good friend Scott Robinson working on the generator. Unfortunately, I think he has passed. Winston, I don't remember his last name. We also taught boat building. I didn't teach it too much, to be honest with you. We had an instructor from the Japanese time that actually had built boats, and he did most of the teaching or showing the students what to do. It was a pretty big boat, held a lot of people, a lot of students. We went on some pretty nice trips with that boat. It was big, it was heavy, and it was slow. I did actually teach sometimes outside in the classroom. Edison taking care of the chickens. Edison was one of my best friends. I really loved him. Can't remember his name. Unfortunately, doing one of the projects. This is the house that was built for the Evanses, Steve and Toddy and Martha and Sarah Evans. Hoping to leave anybody out. And that's a picture of our house that was built after Paul Marshall had left. These are just, again, pictures of the students in their activities. Picture of Ray Ezekias and a Marshallese student. That's Peter Calhoun. Pete was I think he worked for the mission. Ray Ezekias on the left, Martha Evans on the right, and I'm not sure who's in the middle. Unfortunately, I just can't remember this fellow's name. This is one of the activities, student activities, track and field, student picnics. This was probably down at the end where Conla Hotel was built at a later date. That little beach down there, as you could see, the kids had a good time making a mockery of some of the staff. At least I know it wasn't me. This is a picture of Eco. Eco was a great student, and she married Johnny Killian at a later date. That's me on the right. I forgot the name of the fellow on the left. Just a couple students. There's the students in front of the residence halls. No, in front of the schoolhouse. We did have a little store, community store, which Paul started. That's some of the students in front of the boys' dormitory. This is Alvin Jacklick. Alvin also is a senator now in the Marshalls. Some of the pretty Marshallese girls. I think they're all Marshallese. This was my first day at Mizpah, 1966, probably September. Kathy Jones. Some of the students. That was Kathy and Alice Gilgoff. I couldn't remember the name. Okay, there's some of the boys getting ready for a big volleyball match, probably the Marshallese against the Chookies. Monica Ezekias, student at the time. Okay, some of the kids just playing in a band. We had a lot of shows. We had a lot of talent contests and stuff between the different districts. It was kind of neat. It was kind of neat. That's William Petrie, probably a Christmas show, it looks like. This is the Mizpah Band. I guess they went out to the airport. Boy, people would come in from the UN, Mizpah Band. People would come from the church, Mizpah Band. It was kind of neat. We had a lot of... band was pretty good. We had twirlers, cheerleaders, that kind of thing. That's the choir, the girls' choir, led by Mr. Marshall. And there's the boys' choir, led by Paul Marshall. There's the choir led by John Gundale. John was a Peace Corps volunteer at the time. Again, we got some of the kids making some coconuts or doing whatever. Have a little ceremony at this point. I think it may have been graduation. This was November 6, 1966, Peace Corps' arrival in Chuuk. This is on the island of Dublin. We took a trip over there. That's actually the original hospital on Dublin, left over from the Japanese time. And that is a schoolhouse on Dublin, left over from Japanese time, and that's just a cave. They probably put airplanes or whatever in there. This is the Continental Hotel, which was built, I think, around 1969 or 70. This is a tower which was used to look for enemy airships and that kind of thing, or submarines. This is the dock in Chuuk. This is one of the stores in Chuuk. This is the Truck Theater. That was our great movie theater at the time. We rented a lot of movies from them. This is the Truck Trading Company where we did most of our shopping. And that's the truck or Chuuk Hospital at the time. It's not there anymore. This is the gun placement from the Japanese time. This is Waldo, Jack Weiss, myself, Fungo. We were going out to an island called Fananu. It's about 60 miles outside the reef. Fananu was an atoll island, or very, very beautiful. That's their bathroom. That's Waldo. Sailing canoes. They actually still use sailing canoes out at that time. These pictures actually were taken. This was what they call Bird Island or Turtle Island. We met some Yapese people there, and I took this picture the day that Bobby Kennedy was killed, which I think was in 1968. This is Mizpah. Unfortunately, this is Mizpah after in 2009. You'll see a pretty big change. The remains of Mizpah High School. I think that may have been one of the classrooms. This is the road that used to lead up to the administration building. There's roads here that I couldn't even tell or paths where they led. But this is up where the boys' dorm is, girls' dorm. That's the used to be the tennis court. I think that's the only thing that I could recognize for sure. These are just some of the remains of the buildings. You can see there's no buildings left. There's no wood left. I think all the roofing material was probably taken somewhere else. Concrete, I guess, God knows, disintegrated. These are the posts that were on the center of the buildings to help hold the buildings up. There used to be buildings here. It used to be a big reservoir. I couldn't find it, so I'm not really sure where the reservoir went. Again, this is what Mizpah used to look like. I'm sorry, this is what it looks like now. Right. I'm not sure why it's just skipping a few frames. This is Mizpah Christian High School. I don't really know anything about that, but that's what I saw there. I took these pictures because it's kind of pictures of the road going down to the old Continental Hotel area. The roads themselves structurally were worse now in 2009 than they were in 1966 to 1970. Truck has a large population. You can see all the junk cars on the side of the road. Place looked very trashy. Truck has no sewer system, at least it didn't at the time that I took those pictures. This is the hotel, the new hotel in well, it replaced the hotel, Continental Hotel. It was still there. It was very pretty, very, very well maintained. It was taken care of very good. I'm not sure some of these. I'm missing a bunch of pictures on the end here. Not sure what's going on. These are pictures of just what things cost at the time. Catholic Church, just a concrete building, a store, a solar, Brunton Enterprises. These are some of the stores kind of near the TTC area. This is the Truck Stop Hotel, which is one of the most popular hotels. Nice hotel. This is Chuuk Ace Hardware. I thought that was kind of cool. This is one of the mission up at Xavier High School, one of the schoolhouses. Xavier was extremely well maintained. Absolutely beautiful school. They kept their image. Chuuk International Airport in 2009. That's the jet. Continental Airlines continues to be there. And unfortunately, the Republic of China also built the building right there that you see, which is the airport.